of them were undocumented foreign nationals.
I was born in Zimbabwe. I grew up in Zimbabwe in a village.
Come out. Come on, you want me to jump in here?
Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast, guys. You know what? It's very easy to get distracted when you start cooking Nigerians. Very, very easy. But you know what? There's a lot happening in the country that I wanted to focus on. And yes, there's comments like this that come. And guys, listen, I'm fully aware. But you know, now and then we just need to digress. You know, just remind certain people that we haven't forgotten about your bullshit. And we have enough receipts. Fresh receipts, fresh recipe to cook when we need to cook. I've got a whole catalog here, but today I just needed us to take a step back and focus. You guys saw the headings, and I'm sure some of you are offended. Some of you are like, "The fuck is this foreign about to start talking about now?" Calm down, calm down. You know, Uncle P is one of yours. This is my land. This is my country. But one thing that I cannot agree when it comes to South Africa is South Africa cannot start allowing foreigners to stand on top in their own land. Guys, I don't care even if it's me. If there's a qualified South African to do the job, you hire the South African. Now, guys, I'm a good presenter. I'm a good podcaster. I'm a good YouTuber, whatever you want to call it. SABC, DSTV, whatever has an opportunity, and they're like, "Yo, Uncle P, we like your personality, we like your character, we like your energy, we like your vibe. So we want to subscribe, like, and share to our friends and family your channel because you see you growing." Thank you guys for the love, man. So we want to give you your own show on DSTV, on SABC. Nah. I'm against that. Now, many people will be like, "No, let the best person take the job." No, let the best South African get the job. South Africa is for South Africans first before anything else. And this thing of us being permanent residents and being citizens of South Africa is becoming a bit of an issue. What am I talking about? Listen to this bullshit.
I was born in Zimbabwe. I grew up in Zimbabwe in a village.
You mentioned that you were born in Zimbabwe, and just to make sure that we comply.
Let me just pause that for a second. A village Zimbabwean woman, girl. Keep that in your head when you start welcoming us willingly into your nation. Keep in mind, South Africa has the highest unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is ridiculous. Keep in mind the price of food and goods. Guys, one thing I need you guys to know about this channel, man, I'm not here to protect anyone. I'm here to protect the land. And in order to protect the land, you need to protect the owners first. It is great for me to be in this country and enjoy what I'm enjoying and have the life that I'm having. But I can only do that if the owners are good, because that's where now this name becomes an issue. That's when we start throwing, "Hey, they are this, they are that." Because now we are tampering with things we should not be tampering with. Let's continue to listen to this video so I start making sense.
With the constitution, which requires judges to be South African citizens. You are a South African citizen.
I am a South African citizen, CJ.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I thought so.
Yes, I am.
When did you acquire that citizenship?
2016, 2017, somewhere thereabout. Right. But having said that, I'm not aware of any matter that I've worked on where there were foreign nationals involved. Maybe they were, but if the papers do not refer to the fact that they're foreign nationals, I have no way of knowing that they are foreign nationals.
Okay, now for those of you who are confused, okay, this woman wants to become a judge of labor court in South Africa. Now, the labor court is basically the court that deals with matters, disputes between employees and employers. You know, like it's like the CCMA, but you know, like if you guys can't handle shit in the CCMA, that's where you guys go. So she wants to be the judge. But the issue here is that she's a Zimbabwean village girl who came to South Africa, somehow acquired her citizenship, which needs to be investigated first before anything. How did she acquire it? Okay, fine. Let's assume it was legitimately done, because not everybody does things illegally, just like myself. So she acquired the citizenship, did her studies, and now she's in a position where she qualifies for this position, which there's nothing wrong with it. But the law states, and we all know this as employers, you cannot employ a foreign national if there is a qualified South African, not citizen, but South African. Guys, you need to understand there's a difference between being a South African citizen and being a South African. We need to start now elaborating there. You see the Muzungus, they are South African citizens. You see the black South African, Amakosas, Amavendas, Amasutus, Amatwanas, Lobantu, they are South Africans. And I think that's where the problem becomes. Because now this is where this shit starts happening. In a country where the crime is dominated by foreigners, now we have foreigners in courts making decisions.
Of them were undocumented foreign nationals that the province of KwaZulu-Natal arrested in the first 9 months in this past period, the previous financial year. There are many of them still we have in the province, and the only sad part is, as we arrest them, Home Affairs.
I want to pause this. Total of arrests. Yeah, man, guys, these numbers are like 30,000, 35,000, 41,000, 35 undocumented nationals. What's the issue? There's an issue here.
Finalize the process of taking them outside the country, and some of them find their way to come back again, and we start the whole process again, and they go out and they come back again.
Now, guys, obviously, when he's saying that we start the whole process again, what is he talking about? He's talking about Zimbabweans. So there's a guy here, there's a Zimbabwean here who's getting excited. Apparently, South Africa owns Zimbabwe gold. South Africans. First, Nigerians were being owed 60 billion. What? Now we owe Zimbabwe gold. This guy is in the comments. He wanted attention and I didn't want to give it to him. So let me just give it to him. This guy, this imbecile here. He's been commenting these things everywhere. So we know they are the only ones who have the capability of go and come back, because unless they go to the Limpopo borders.
Now, officials are out in full force at the country's Beitbridge border post in anticipation of large traffic volumes as scores of people return from Zimbabwe. Newsroom Africa's Nqobile Matlala joins me now live from there. Nqobile, good afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. Now, earlier on, you spoke to the BMA's Deputy Commissioner, and she highlighted to how buses are crossing into South Africa with outstanding fines. What else are they on the lookout for as people are making their way from Zimbabwe back into South Africa?
Well, one of those things is also documentation that they're ensuring that the people that are coming into the country have, and that it has been cleared. Now, I'm going to step out of shot so I can show you. If you just look here, these are some of the people that are expected to be coming into the country, but also other people who are working here. And you'll see that it's really a hive of activity that is taking place here. Where we are currently is no man's land, and we understand that, of course, there's a separation between South Africa and Zimbabwe. So the people that you are seeing are some of the people that are passing into Zimbabwe. You will remember that we had some conversations about some of the Zimbabweans that come into the country to buy some of the goods to sell also in their country. So what you're seeing is those people going in with groceries and so on. But borders. We do know that...
And guys, the risks these people they take to go to those Limpopo borders. And now we are making them judges. And not only judges, we are putting them in a sector in which we are fighting them against, which is the workforce. Now they must make it. Yeah, tell me we are in a movie without telling me we are in a movie. If it is not Zimbabweans,
Come back to the car. Don't have papers to the car. Come out. Come on, you want me to jump in here? I will be mad with you. Come, go out. Yeah, if there is someone there at the back, tell that person to go out also.
How many are you here? You are the suit when? You are not the suit.
You are not on suit. All of you. So you don't have papers to be in the country. Yeah? The expiring.
now my question is, South Africa, what do you owe Lesotho? Because apparently you owe everyone everything. Apparently you owe everyone everything. What do you owe Lesotho? Because at this stage, Angas, you see, guys, we are destroying the one nation that has the power to unite Africa and bring change to Africa. Guys, we need to focus. We need to support South Africa. We need to protect South Africa and South Africans. They are a rare breed. Rare. Nyangchela, they don't understand that one. I am telling you, Nigerians, Congolese, Malawi, Zimbabweans who live in South Africa who are honest and truthful, be honest. If you have really sat and spoken to a South African and you've listened to them, they do not possess the ability to hate. Their anger is valid. If we just act right, we are good. And we know this. But the problem is the opportunities are not enough. So we are fighting them for their things because we also need to survive. But guys, the economy of South Africa is greater than our economies. Why not make enough to invest back home and do right by our own? We have learned from South Africa. Let's go home and fight. They were unalived. Their children were unalived. They found a way to leave the colonizers just so they can have a better country. We mock them for this decision that they had made. But yet we enter their country and now ruin it, and now work with the same colonizers who colonized them for cheaper pay, or like Julius would say, for slave pay, and then laugh at them when they suffer the way we are fearing to suffer. Foreigners, let's